So if you're like a lot of players out there, you want a semi-hollow body for your collection and you want it to be a Gibson ES-335, but you can't find one anywhere in 2022 or they're way out of your budget, that's me. So I want to show you a couple other things today, a couple alternatives that I think are very cool, both budget and availability wise, and maybe open your eyes to something that you didn't know about. Stick around. How's it going, y'all? My name is Cooper Greenberg here at Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, you got to subscribe to the channel because we got some cool stuff and we want you guys to see it. Turn the notifications on, comment on the videos, like them, do all that stuff. We want to hear from y'all. And if you're interested, become an insider in the description below and check out the podcast. We got a new podcast coming out. We'll talk about that in a bit. But like I said, the title of this video is, hey, help, I can't find an ES-335, because nobody can. They're probably, even before the pandemic, one of the hardest guitars to get a hold of, at least for us. I know some of you guys out there, some other dealers, you got an inside road, you're bribing Gibson or whatever. You know, I'm joking, but I'm not. All right, get us the ES-335s. But you know, we have this feature on the website. It's called Find Your Guitar. People send in forms. They're looking for certain things. We try to track them down or steer them in the right direction. ES-335 is like in the top 5 things people are looking for. And it's because they're incredible guitars. Semi-hollow body, classic, you know, legendary tone used by so many players. Chuck Berry, B.B. King, whatever. You know all the history of the guitar. They're really hard to get a hold of, and they're extremely expensive. And it's for a good reason. You got Gibson on the headstock, you know, and it's got the history. It's very cool. But there's some really cool options for semi-hollow bodies that are out there that I want to talk to you about. 2 in particular, and one of them I've got right here. It's the SA2200 from Yamaha. Now, I didn't know a ton about this guitar. We have a really cool Yamaha rep named John Scully. If you're watching, thank you for this. And what he does is he'll kind of hit us up every once in a while, say, you haven't ordered this, or maybe check this out, this could fit into y'all's catalog, because we sort of have a certain, you know, product range that we like to stock, and we haven't stocked these before. These are super cool guitars. This was a recommendation of his. He said, hey, we got a couple available, you might want to try them out. These are Japanese-made semi-hollow guitars, laminated sycamore. ES-335 is going to be laminated maple, but when it's laminate, it's really not going to matter. You're looking for something that's pretty, something that's strong, that can hold up. It's got a center block in there, which, like any semi-hollow, 335, whatever, you're going to have a center block because it's not fully hollow, it's semi-hollow. And, you know, it's just an incredible guitar. I ended up going to watch a bunch of other people's videos, figured once we got them in that it would be a good topic to cover, because if you didn't know about this guitar, you got to know about it. It's just a nice recreation with some special touches, things that are a little different. And Yamaha, you know, the Japanese-made stuff, red labels, FGX5, you know, just for an example, FSX5, all the red labels, the 5s, made in Japan. Again, some of the most popular guitars that we sell. And so we already kind of have this good reputation. Everything coming from Japan, from Yamaha, has always blown our minds. So it's cool to see a nice electric. They have the nice Pacificas. There's Rev Stars coming out that are also made in Japan, so I'm excited for those. But this is worth checking out. These are proprietary humbuckers. The whole thing's put together very similar to a 335. Got Goto tuners that are really nice. I was tuning it up before. It was way down. Super smooth tune. And you got coil splits. Which, you know, I talked about in another video that I shot today. Take it or leave it. You don't have to split them, but it's nice to have the option. Sometimes I think it's unnecessary, but you do have the option to do it separately, so you can have one split, have the other one still hum, bucked, whatever you want. You got a lot of options here. So I wanted to show off this guitar. I talked about budget in the beginning. This is still not a cheap guitar. This is kind of a different scenario, because from Yamaha and different vendors every once in a while, we'll get B-stock guitars. They might be factory used, might be open box. They're, for all intents and purposes, a brand new guitar, but they're not selling us a new guitar. They're selling something that's B-stock. So we actually got a few of these SA2200s B-stock. They're marked down a little bit from the normal kind of brand new map price. So it's cool. You can have access to something like this, basically brand new, but a little bit of a discount. You can learn about it on the website. Check it out. We'll put the link below. That's cool, but this is still over $1,000. So I think brand new, they're actually over $2,000. This is right in the middle, but it's cheaper than an ES-335, probably because it doesn't say Gibson on the headstock and because it's not an ES-335. Really great value, gonna sound incredible. You're gonna like the tone. I'm gonna show you in just a second. There's one more I want to show you because we've been doing a lot of Gretsch recently, and this obviously looks different than an ES-335, looks a little bit further than the Yamaha, but same basic recipe to an extent. So center block guitar, this is semi-hollow, this is the G5622. You know, from the Electromatic collection, these are popular guitars, they're affordable guitars, they're well under $1,000. So if you want something that's gonna be the semi-hollow sound, something that's gonna be extremely comfortable, this is a really great option as well. A little simpler in the wiring setup. These are Broadtron pickups. You got a 3-way switch, 2 volumes, a master tone, you know, so a volume for each of the pickups, master tone, and then a master volume. If you're in that middle position, you can set your balance between these 2 pickups and then fade it in and out, you know, if you want to push it. There's a lot of options with that master volume. But, you know, this one is laminated maple. It's got a maple neck, and, you know, it's a really nice guitar. Both these are stop tail, you know, stop tail pieces. There's Bigsby versions available. I like a stop tail myself because it's a little easier to keep it in tune. You're not going crazy, and then when you come out of a bend, you're in a whole different tuning. But I want to show you this one as well because I think it sounds great. Gretsch makes awesome guitars for the money, especially in the Electromatic collection. So let's take a listen to both of them. We're going to start off with the Yamaha SA2200, move to the Gretsch G5622. Let's check them out. So there you have it, you guys. A little bit of the Yamaha, a little bit of the Gretsch. I think they're really good options for totally different price ranges, but the point of the video is to show you that there are really good options out there if you're not able to get your hands on an ES-335. There's other semi-hollows, and that's the most famous one, you know, arguably. But, you know, there's stuff out there like the Collings, I think it's the I-35. Incredible guitar, gonna be more than the 335. A lot of times when you get up into really nice semi-hollows, the price is incredibly, you know, deterring. So this one that's very budget friendly, sounds great. The Yamaha is something that's maybe a little less budget friendly, but sort of a sleeper in terms of high-end semi-hollows. We got this cool kind of opportunity to get our hands on some of these for a little bit less because they are B stock. But we got the Gretsch in a ton of different colors. And if y'all like the SA2200, maybe we can expand, get some more of those. There's another finish as well. This is the brown sunburst. But they're just beautiful guitars. They feel great. Couple differences. This is the Gretsch U neck. So it's definitely, you know, a little less comfortable to my hand as opposed to the soft D of the Yamaha. Something about it, I just kind of like the feel of the Yamaha. That kind of comes with the territory. This is right around, I think, $600. It feels great for a $600 guitar. This is a 12-inch radius, I believe, and the Yamaha is a little bit flatter. I think it's a 13.75. You can find the specs on the website because I could be totally wrong, but I think those little things play into it a little bit. This is definitely a comfortable guitar, a little bit smaller body, I think, and that kind of plays into just totally different feel. A little bit of a different sound from the Broadtrons versus the Alnico humbuckers over on the Yamaha. Either way, I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you've got one of these Gretsches, it's something that's been on my list for a long time, is getting a hollow or semi-hollow from Gretsch, because they're accessible, and so you can add that tone in with, you know, a little more ease than waiting or saving up to buy something crazy. But, you know, I want to hear y'all's thoughts. What do you think about the Yamaha? Does it compare to a 335 in your mind? There's a really great video out there that does a back-to-back on a 335 and the Yamaha. Almost all the comments that I saw went for the Yamaha. So again, I wish I had one to compare, you know, the Yamaha to the Gibson. We can't get them. We can't get a hold of them. It's been a long time. The moment one comes in, it's out the door the same day. So if they line up, you know, we're going to do that comparison. But also let us know, what do you think about the Gretsch versus the Yamaha? Do you think this is good value? We did a video on the Jets a little while back. Fantastic guitars, also easily comparable to another single cut, solid body, mahogany with a maple cap, humbucker guitar, Les Paul. Tell us what you think. We got a ton of Gretsch in stock, so if you're by the store, if you're able to come by, please come play them because I think they're going to impress you. And if you can check out the Yamaha, it's going to impress you as well. A lot of good options out there. So, you know, keep your mind open. Really good stuff. And if you want to just talk guitars, if you want to hear people droning on about guitars, check out the podcast. We got the Fretboard Confessional, me and Chris, some special guests on deck. We're just talking guitars, talking music, talking charcuterie, talking pairings, all the good stuff that I like to talk about, and it goes on for way too long. But you can just throw it in the background when you're driving to work, feel like you're watching the videos. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but check it out. It's a good time. I have fun. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I'll link that below as well. But like I said, find out more about these guitars on the website, alamomusic.com. Let us know what you think. We'll see you next time.